Chasing your passion around the globe is a dream for any thrill seeker. But it's what Jokke, Espen, and Niccolo dedicate their lives to. No matter where they are in the world, they want to push their limits and explore new ways and new lines to fly. In Modern Explorers, they travel to the Alps, to the Mediterranean, to Alaska, and to China. At the end of their journey, they reflect on the secrets of their success, their top destinations, and how they pursue such a dangerous sport while staying safe.
A world unknown. 3 friends, 1 drive. Explore the limits of human potential. Welcome to Modern Explorers.
Jokke and Espen have many years of base jumping experience, and while Niccolo only joined the pair a few years ago, he has risen to match their standards in that short time. Now, the trio travel the world together to find new exit points across the globe, flying side by side as they chart new lines. To make a lifestyle out of such a dangerous sport, the team value caution.
The incidents, they will only happen if you don't care about the little things. Or if you simply just say, but it's probably fine to jump over here, you know?
The first destination on the team's world tour was Italy. The cliff in Monte Brento is a hot spot for base jumping, as well as wingsuit flying, and is the perfect place to hone skills in the comfort of Italian hospitality.
What I love about Brento is that it's a very relaxing place. It's great food. It's a perfect place for socializing and telling good stories and just, you know, being on a vacation with your friends.
This was another, let's say, little dream come true to be with my 2 heroes that I've been looking up to.
We did a 3-way jump and we decided to put Niccolo in the front.
And so now I'm the leader, which usually Jokke's always been the leader, and Espen, you know, behind Jokke.
We want Niccolo to learn how to fly lines and to be able to do aiming targets in proximity lines, and to show him pretty much how it is to be in the lead.
It is harder to be behind because you have to fly relative to the leader and constantly adjust how you fly. But the responsibility is higher being in front. And that's how we work as a team. And that's how we choose to be safe or we choose to be unsafe.
Was awesome. I mean, I'm obviously focused on doing the line and wanting to make the boys proud that I did it with good speed, but you know, not too, you know, I want to make sure that we're all in a tight formation.
As we're jumping off, I can just feel that this is going to be one of the good ones, because I was so tight on the exit order with Niccolo, and I felt that I had a lot of energy in my suit to have the reserve that I needed to be in the spot. So he's coming in, and as he's turning towards the saddle and setting himself up for the line, I'm right in the right place. I'm right next to him, and I can just see that the shots that I'm getting on the camera is just gonna be so sweet. Everything is just going very smoothly. He's flying perfectly, not too fast, very good speed, safe, and we're just cruising around the corner. And we get the trees, starting to bust the trees, and I can just feel, I know what's going through his head right now, because he loves that stuff.
I just look at Jokke and Niccolo, and I trust Niccolo to fly and execute the plan as he's told us to. And Jokke is doing the same, and that's exactly what happened. We just followed through the whole jump, flying really well on the mountains on the left-hand side of Brento, over the talus, turning 100 degrees around again, flying over to the landing area, landing with massive stock. It's a superb vision.
Yeah, buddy! That was sick!
It was so cool to see him in that role because I know how much he's dreamt about it.
That was special to be with Jokke and Espen, being, there behind me, and then when we're under canopy, we're all stoked, and then landing and being like, yeah, boys, and hugging.
That was so good.
China was up next for Jokke, Espen, and Niccolo, where the remote destination of Dashenbao provided plenty of opportunity for exploration.
12 hours later, 7 hours, man.
That was an awesome journey.
Once I saw everything, I was just like, wow, this place has thousands of opportunities for lines. This is like an amphitheater taken out of an adventure movie with tons of CGI.
You're looking at Avatar Land. I mean, Jurassic World. You're like, wow, like no way, just all green jungle, freaking massive river on the bottom, like wow.
It's a very beautiful place to fly, and as soon as I saw it, I was so excited to step off that edge.
Straight off exit. Following on Niccolo. Everybody's ready? Yep. All right, call it, Nico. 3, 2, 1.
I was leading the formation, and everybody's just stacked behind me, and right and left, and behind and above.
My boys!
That was sick, huh?
So much fun, huh? That's what I call a good training jump right there.
China, what a place.
China!
Look at this, dude. Are you kidding me?
Felix, that was your first jump in China, wasn't it?
That is insane.
Niccolo seized the chance to show Espen his Italian roots by taking him to fly on the island of Sardinia. Uncharted territory for jumping, the experience came with unique risks.
It's a risky sport. I'm not gonna, say it's not, and it is dangerous, it is risky, but like anything, I think it's a sport that you can manage to do it on a safer way, in a way that you're calculated, you know what the outcomes can be. And then, I think with anything in life, like driving the car is the most dangerous thing. At some point, you need to have faith in what you do, and you need to also believe in having good karma. Fear is one of the most beautiful things in life, one of the most important aspects of life that we all need to have. I have a lot of fear in the things that I do, and I believe that fear is what brings the joy. It gives you appreciation. Because if you have fear, you have something to overcome. When you're flying, I mean, you're just blown away. You're just like, wow. The element of having turquoise water, having a coastline, you're blown away. It's like, okay, this is for sure the most beautiful place. Your canopy opens and now everything slows down. You're not in, you're now quiet, a bit more quiet, and you're able to now talk through the air, whether we're 20, 30, 200 meters away. Yeah, buddy, how sick is it? I mean, you're enjoying the whole thing when you're under canopy, so you have, imagine you have a bird's eye view. The beautiful thing is that you're enjoying every step of the way.
Going for it!
And then you come to land and you're landing in this little Mediterranean vegetation, and the smell of the land, it's just like, it's just beautiful.
Was that awesome or what, dude?
Oh, man.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
Oh.
When wingsuit flying isn't exciting enough, base jumpers perform stunts like gainers. For Niccolo, it was an all-new experience.
You can't get your arms up, and everybody that have done a gainer in their life know that that's exactly what you do when you do a gainer. You use your arms to get rotation, you lean backwards, and you fall through. In a wingsuit, you are completely stuck with your arms down. You're in that suit, and in addition to that, you also know that any kind of failure in that rotation might put you on an angle that sends you straight into the wall. It's a big challenge, and it's very scary to do a gainer in a wingsuit.
If you over-rotate and you go a little bit too much, you're gonna lose speed coming out of the transition. But if you, for example, do a slow laid-out gainer, you go like this, and then on the way down, you're now starting to pick up the speed for the flight that you used to pull out.
When you're filming a person doing a gainer, you are putting two people right next to each other that are having two very different approaches to the exit, and because of that also have very different drag points the first couple of seconds.
Okay. Yeah. Ready, buddy?
Ready? 3, 2, 1!
If you want to do a gainer in a wingsuit, you better be good at doing gainers, because that suit is claustrophobic.
gotta be very precise about what you pick and do. You start spiraling or fly into the cliff, and then the game is over. So you don't wanna, there's no point of doing that. What I respect about certain people is that they don't think only about themselves, but they think about their family and their friends that take the bigger impact than yourself. Because when you're gone, you're off into another world, or who knows, you're not there. It's the people that are left behind that take the bigger hit.
You just did it, you know, it's like so sick. So sick.
Not wanting to be limited to base jumping and wingsuit flying, Jokke traveled to Cordova in Alaska to try his hand at speed flying. Combining powdered snow and Alaskan air, it's an all-new way to explore.
Being a modern explorer in Alaska fits perfectly because we're using a helicopter, which is a modern way of transportation, and we're going adventuring in the Chugach Mountains. So if I wanted to go explore and adventure in those mountains 100 years ago, it would be completely different. It would take me way longer. And now we're actually, with the modern exploring way of doing it, we can explore more elements of the area at the same time. Okay, so here comes the last final step, the final roll before we're on the last part of the steepest area of the spines. As I go, I roll, I do another barrel roll straight off the cliff. And I do another one further down, and I fly out as fast as I can, and I look back up, and I just see the whole face spraying.
We just broke the mountain.
Good weather is crucial for these kinds of sports. It's a constant mental battle between anticipating weather conditions and knowing your own limits.
There's a certain point where you can get to the edge and be like, it's a bit windy, but there's some openings. But then it's like when you're going back and forth more than like two, and then the third times come that you're going back and forth, that's when you gotta be strong, I would say mentally, psychologically, and egotistically wise. You need to say, it's not good.
I don't want to crash. And this is quite interesting for myself because I've been in the game for 11 years now, and I have not scratched as much as a fingernail in speed riding, wingsuit base, skydiving, and paragliding. So when I take all of those into consideration, crashing for me is simply a no-go. I do not want to crash.
Our life and our family and our friends is more important. And so this is when it's time to call it off and be patient and know that there's a better day coming. And sometimes it's hard because there's one more day, the weather doesn't look good, and you might miss everything, and it might change your whole year because of something like that. But you gotta be strong at saying no.
Sometimes, when you can't do what you planned, an opportunity arises to try something else entirely.
One of my favorite things to do in a helicopter, if you're skydiving from it, is to hang from underneath the helicopter. So that's what we're gonna go do.
I'm trying to figure out how to get from here to hanging down on this thing. Jokke says it's super hard. Miles says your inner monkey will come out and you'll figure it out on the spot. I'm thinking I'll wrap my leg and just climb down like that. But I might fall, which isn't the end of the world.
The conditions for a jump was just epic. We were super excited about it, and just that heli ride up there was so stunning. Looking out over the ocean and seeing those islands. Fired up to throw our way out of the chopper and smile and laugh all the way down.
You hung well, like a champion, brother.
It feels so good when you let go of that handlebar, dude. It's just that little
floating
that feeling in the stomach where you're like, ooh, what happened here?
Jokke, like all true modern explorers, pushes himself to try new things. On each trip, they challenge their own limits and encourage innovation.
We innovate and come up with good ideas by being stoked, by being positively overwhelmed by what is happening. When we do certain brainstorming in the group, we come up with good ideas. It's mostly when we are at our highest high during a trip where we're all excited and inspired and motivated. So we use the inspiration, the motivation that we have within the group to create new things.
Team Norway!
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
I'm leading and I'm only looking forward. My job was to do a nice, smooth exit, not put on the speed straight away, just break it down and then start flying and then just do smooth turns so they can be tight on me the whole way.
And at this point, I'm supposed to switch places and go into the right side of Felix. So I can feel that I'm in a weak spot, so I move it back to the left side, and I place myself 1 meter next to him, and I stay like that all the way through the jump. Felix disappears out of the frame. Then I disappear, and boom, Espen pops. We open our parachutes. I'm super stoked.
I'm the last one to fly down. I just see Jokke and Espen with the biggest smiles.
I like to progress, and I mean, at the end of the day, it's just because it's interesting. I'm obsessed with it. I love it. It's my passion. And more than just that is also the connection. For me, it's all about like at the landing, when you open your parachute and you're with your buddy that you just experienced that, and you're just, yeah, buddy, that's sick. The stoke after, that's what gets me always excited to keep improving and keep exploring, you know?
The emotions that we release in landing areas are usually high pace, like very excited, like almost at a point where you're overexcited. But of course, that's just the results of natural chemicals being released in your brain.
When you land and your friend land next to you and you realize what you just did, and you're just, you know, you're hugging and just like, yeah, buddy, that was sick. And then after you're having dinner and you watch the footage and you're like, dude, can you believe we just did that?
It's pretty much like sex, I would say. It's pretty much.
I exit first, he exits right behind me on the side, and we turn around and we have it. Now it's a complete different view. Now we really have like the wall cliff here and the beach, like we see this water. I'm over the water and it's like, I can't even believe this. This is insane. I'm flying over the most beautiful water in the world right now. And then pitch open the canopy and I think I screamed, oh my God. You know, it's like, oh my God, you know, this is insane.
Yeah, buddy!
Hey! How was that? Yeah, buddy! Is that sick or what? Nice! Woo! Is that sick or what, dude? I
I mean, I'm sorry, but that's just such a sick place, dude.
I didn't cry, but I was like, you know, I was definitely in a very euphoric moment, and yeah, just a realization. I'm like, I can't. This is home. This is home.
It is just like those picture-perfect images I have from posters of go to the Mediterranean on holiday.
I was tripping out. You know what I mean? I was really like, I didn't take any drugs here. This is Mother Nature giving me this gift.
The whole line of water is turquoise. It's this turquoise color, and it's crystal clear, and everything below looks so tempting.
We both had a very unique and bonding experience of totally modern explorers. I mean, that was exploring to the max, you know what I mean? We're doing something never seen, never heard of. It's just our imagination, our visualization, and we're here.
Yeah, buddy. That was good fun. Yeah, buddy.
Espen and Jokke have been in the sport for many years and have lost many friends along the way, a fact that is never far from their mind.
I think about it a lot in the sense of self-reflecting, mostly on my parents and stuff, in the sense of a risk of us losing our lives doing what we do. I try not to be too over-focused and worried about the little group that I share my passions with, because you're kind of jumping with a group that you sort of see in a way will do whatever they can not to end up in that situation.
If something is too much and he knows that it's out of his hand, he's very straightforward at saying, no, this is not for me, you know what I mean? Or that's too much, I'm not ready for that.
Whoever I choose to jump with is people that I feel like these people are not gonna put themselves in that situation unless they did a massive mistake, and it's okay to fail, you know?
He knows he can do this, he's not gonna do this. And so he's very confident on what he does.
Norway, 10-second call. Here we go. All right, wings for love. Team Norway. Yeah.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. You see him bumping? What? It just picked up Gus right as they went to. Nailed it. Yeah, it looked bumpy. Yeah. Quite bumpy.
Cleared out after the exit, and this time I was actually following Espen down the terrain. And
He's going super fast, and I'm just diving with him as much as I can.
It was a clean exit. It looked smooth, awesome exit, but the flight was like moving around, so.
How can I be that bad? Jesus. I hate it when I suck.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't suck. Stuck the exit. We had a good flight. Jokke was doing better. It was going steeper.
Well, it was good. It helped to have you in the front.
Wingsuit flying is always a balance between risk and reward.
Risk is part of living and part of cracking the next code of living life to the max. And if you don't ever take risk in life, you don't get to enjoy it. You don't get to live it, and you stay in your little box and you get bummed.
All what it is just, at the end of the day, you're free. You're fully free. You're a free soul in a world that is so limited.
You know, fulfillment comes from trial and error. You know, you're gonna make some mistake. You know, that's part of life. But you gotta take some risk and you gotta learn from it. And I think that's what opens up the big joy from it.
I've been traveling the world constantly. I'm always escaping for the next. And it's not really about the next high, or it's more about the emotion of feeling that your life is in constant movement. You're in constant freedom to do whatever you want to do when you want to do it.
Being a modern explorer is what I live for.
Ready, buddy?
I am ready.
3, 2, 1.
I kind of my eyes open and I'm just all of a sudden just, wow, where am I? This is insane. We're charging a left line off Jalda and we flew down this amazing slope towards the coast. At the end of that slope, you end up on a vertical drop, and below there you have a beach. To be with Niccolo and jump in Sardinia, because he's so proud of his own place. He's so happy to be home, and he's so glad to show me Sardinia, that it just lifts the whole experience to a new level. This is his home place. We're hanging in a canopy, screaming of joy together, like next to each other.
Yeah, buddy!
Landing there, right next to the water.
Oh my God! There! We just jumped from there! And we're just hanging out here!
Both of us just strip butt naked and dive into the water and start swimming around.
What we did today on the last jump, the line we flew, the landing area, the whole approach was first time, never done before, which makes it really exciting because we didn't know. Even halfway through the flight, we had no 100% confirmation on that we could reach the landing area. But of course the dream was this beach, that was the plan, and we nailed it. We are modern explorers today. The last jump was like a proper stepping out into the unknown with a good plan, and it worked out.
Throughout their travels, the team have embodied what makes a modern explorer.
Yeah, dude! Yeah, dude! That was so good.
The urge to go new places, meet wonderful people, and to push personal limits.
That is insane.
Jokke, Espen, Niccolo, Miles, and Felix have traveled the world and will always do so.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
There are always new places waiting to be discovered. On distant continents around the globe or spots just around the corner from home. Where there's a desire for adventure, there will always be modern explorers.
Is that sick or what?
Nice.
Woo! Is that sick or what?